Good afternoon. This is Brad Nicholson with Life Flows. We are, needless to say, part of this ebook, The Principles of Spiritual Engineering. In amongst that insight book are some lessons that are pulled from the Christian cross, being able to show how it works as a device and how it became a device manifesting energy, management of energy, spiritual energy, and so forth, especially in the lessons of the crucifixion. What a horrible time to be witnessing just another human being impaled and hung on a torture device, let alone the Son of God. In amongst the ordeal of the crucifixion, there are lessons that we can pick up that are very subtle but yet profound. The Lord God was crucified, and even in the horrible pain of that emotional distress, God was still communicated by Jesus. Jesus remained in the moment. He exercised his free will to remain spiritually aligned with God. This suggests that we as individuals can also choose our own mental and spiritual states, regardless of external circumstances, no matter how severe that they are, with discipline and with faith as our drivers and teachers. The ability to commune with God indicates that one's relationships with the divine can still persist even in horrible situations. That state of mindfulness or choice builds spiritual resilience. From the alignment of the cross, which is to focus the infinite God's flow to the finite or man's flow, is the intersection point, or the alignment, which is aligned with the heart of Christ. When Christ was crucified, his physical heart aligned with the intersection point as a infinite power source. This alignment during the crucifixion can teach us, again, mindfulness amongst suffering. While Jesus was facing death, he taught us about mindfulness. It emphasizes that he can and we can maintain a sense of peace and purpose even when life becomes extremely difficult and overwhelming. And remember, in the previous, we chatted about this plane, this reference point of the cross, the one horizontal that is grounded and represents man, ascends to heaven. If we use this for alignment, even by itself, not with the total peace, it aligns our heart to our mind to our God, one straight up and down. Faith can be developed through the internal reflection of mindfulness based on one's beliefs and based on our values. For many believers, turning to prayer, which is, again, you can see that center line being formed, allows reflection, giving ourselves guidance, alignment with God, and resilience, directional, creating more internal fortitude and hope in the meantime. But this is a choice that we must do in adversity. Given the fact that we have agency over our responses in suffering, no matter what circumstance may come up beyond our control, our internal state is our choice. Breathing, slows it down and gets us in tow and touch and in control with that internal need to be centered. Before we restart, pause, create a gap to realize we have personal jurisdiction over what we're getting ready to do in our reaction. How we're going to react is not what we want. How we're going to respond is what we want. It keeps our alignment into the now. Again, above all else, connection with God beyond physical constraints is a proven tenet in what Jesus was able to do, being nailed to the cross and still communicating and being in a relationship despite physical limitations in his suffering. What a lesson to have being shown for us, that spiritual connections are not confined by physical realities, but they are sustained through our intention and our will. The last lesson is the forgiveness and compassion, which was the alignment of Jesus in his life to his followers, to his disciples, to us 2,000 years later, but also in the alignment of his Father, our Father. God forgive them, they know not what they do. You can create your own takes on the tenets learned by the cross. An amazing device that keeps on giving. I hope this brings you some continued insights and brings you further balance and peace. And I hope that you start the next week with a renewed faith and a center point, peace of mind. God bless.